This is Alex and Mike with Sage Insights. Thanks for joining us for another episode. Today we're going to talk about 6 must-have plugins for e-commerce on WordPress. Mike, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, good. I'm looking forward to hearing your list. I've certainly got a couple I'd like to add in, but very excited to hear yours. I thought I might start with one of my favorites. I'm going to, by the way, we're going to assume that these are WooCommerce related because we are big advocates for WooCommerce. Do you agree, Mike?
I do agree, and we're not going to include WooCommerce as a plugin.
Correct. We are. It is established that you are already using WooCommerce. So let's talk about AutomateWoo. I think that this thing is just magnificent in its ability to extend the opportunities available to somebody via WooCommerce. I love it. Have used it on a number of client sites, and it really just supercharges the ability to, obviously, to automate, but to be in touch and create a number of if-then scenarios where you are continuing to reach out to clients, whether it be the creation of coupons based on certain actions, email abandonment for abandoned carts, following up on emails to see how the purchase experience went, ways to win back inactive customers that haven't been on your site for some time. You can integrate text, you can do reviews, and then reward your customers for that. There's wish list marketing. There's so many opportunities available that I think it's just magnificent. What do you think, Mike?
All right. I think AutomateWoo is a solid plugin for any WooCommerce store when they're getting started. I think it has several features like you mentioned, all of which are good, many of which are needed on almost any e-commerce site. However, I think there comes a point that as the store scales, there are better plugins that have feature specific, whether it's a wish list or email marketing or cart abandonment. It has feature specific plugins that you can get in the WordPress marketplace that would be better than AutomateWoo. However,
meaning to say, as a full spectrum solution for an e-commerce platform, there is good, but yes, there are specific ones that will perform one of the many variations or benefits of AutomateWoo in a better way.
Sure, I do like the packaging that they package so many essential features that stores need, especially if you're just getting started or if it's proof of concept or you're starting a site, you don't know exactly what direction you want to go in. Not that the plugins are very expensive individually, but when you start adding them up, you can start paying a few $100s, several $100s very easily for plugins, and you don't necessarily know if you're going to use them.
Sure.
For example, a wish list. You might think that people will use it, but why would you want to pay for a wish list plugin and then come to find out no one actually uses it?
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. So to be able to sort of get a feel in there to see if people actually use it, I think it's a solid plugin to get started with.
Love it, love it.
What's your next one?
You go ahead, please.
All right, WP, all import and all export. It's 2 separate plugins essentially. But you buy the license as one. I think you can buy them a la carte. What it does is it allows you to import and export data at scale. Any fields, any custom attributes, anything you want to export, whether it's customer records or you want to export all your products and make bulk updates. It's great when you have a sale going on. You can update all your pricing, whether it's by percentage or whatever. It'll give you an Excel sheet. You modify it and you import it right back. It works very well. When it's on a website, it's used almost daily.
I love it. I have the name is escaping me. I think it's just Table Editor for WooCommerce that I've used as a different one, just for mass percentages or reduction of price on specific items. Thank goodness for things like that. Again, I've had a little experience with something similar and absolutely love it. And it's a must-have when dealing with any kind of, as you said, at any scale, it's a must-have.
Yeah, this will let you, like, let's say you add, I guess to lead on to my next one is advanced custom fields. If you put a custom field, whether it's a review or you want to say, the weight of your product or the size, something that would be different, whether it's colors, variation, whatever. And you use the custom fields, now you can export it and make all your changes. Or if you want to import products, it makes it very easy to, especially if you have any sort of drop shipping business or anything of that sort, it makes it very easy to bulk upload a lot of products very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Advanced custom fields allows you to add custom fields above and beyond what WooCommerce gives you. Obviously, they give you the shipping and the dimensions and some open text blocks, but if you want to get much more granular and offer, additional information, if you're selling TVs, maybe you want to have a field that is searchable or editable to show the refresh rate or how many pixels or whatever. Custom fields, simple. They're very compatible. It's compatible with any sort of builder. Definitely a must-have on any e-commerce website.
Sure. Yeah. And again, you want to really customize to the need of that particular client as opposed to it just being additional information area at the bottom of a WooCommerce product page.
Yep.
Yeah. Very nice. So next one for me. I'm going to merge two together. I'm going to say it's WooCommerce subscriptions and membership. I often use them the two is combined into one, and it again extends the options of what WooCommerce can offer. If you have any kind of membership that allows access to digital items or virtual items, and if you want to be able to charge a recurring fee as opposed to a one-time cost, everything is handled inside of the WooCommerce platform with these extensions. And I think that they're invaluable when you have a specific type of service such as that. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, subscription revenue is easy revenue. You've already required the customer to make it nice and easy to be able to get recurring purchases. I think you could also add on, if you want to throw in a little bonus one that doesn't really count, is any sort of cross-sell or upsell plugin. I know WooCommerce has several of them, but someone's buying something, there's not an easier time or a better time where the customer's happy as their credit card's out, they're ready to make a purchase, they're feeling good about it. Sell them, if you're selling a computer, sell a mouse, sell a screen, sell whatever to go along with that.
And again, you've said this many times. It's the person has already displayed themselves to be a paying client of yours, interested in what it is that you're doing or selling. And I think that many organizations as a whole will lose touch with that, right? They have too focused on new retention or bringing in new, and not paying attention to the existing clients that have already expressed an interest in what it is that they're selling.
It's tough. It takes maintenance. It takes time, effort, resources to acquire those customers. And then you're continuing to try to go out and redo that cycle to get more customers. Whereas subscription revenue, you don't even have to talk to that customer. Every month, they get their automatic payment to the bank, and you ship them out whatever your product or service is.
Sure. Yeah. Look, again, AutomateWoo is an example. Leverage some other plugins that do specific items better than that as a package. But in general, there's so many opportunities available. There should be no reason why you're not doing the right type of outreach, right? Reach out a week after they received the product a couple of days after you ship. Reach out and say, hey, how was it? How was the experience? What can we do better? Can you give us a review? I mean, there's a million things that could potentially happen in order to have more touch points with that person and be more top of mind.
Sure. And using any form of email marketing or any form of AutomateWoo, it's super easy to have that done automatically.
Yes, it is. It certainly is. So you had, I think, two others that you wanted to talk about, correct?
Flexible shipping. It's a plugin. Does exactly what it is. It expands the capability of the default shipping options. So you can have different prices. Maybe you want to ship. Maybe you want different shipping rates based on the price. So if someone buys more than $100, they get free shipping. If they buy $50, they pay X, amount. If they buy, $15 worth of something, you can charge a different price. Or you can do it by weight, or you can do it by type of product. Certain, you factor in the weights, you factor in the dimensions. Now that we're going into Q4, shipping rates from UPS and FedEx they go up as of Monday, which is October 5th, I believe. So oversized items are more expensive. So depending on what you're trying to ship, using something like flexible shipping can help absorb or pass on some of the shipping costs for certain items that would be affected, and you're not necessarily having to raise all your prices or charge people more for not getting, if they wouldn't actually be applicable for the shipping increase.
Interesting. So it's essentially extending significantly more than the standard WooCommerce shipping options.
Yeah, you can basically set your own rules.
I understand. Very cool. Very cool.
Last one, TaxJar. It's a service, but they have a plugin that makes it super easy to calculate all of your taxes. Taxes are a variable rate that go based depending on the location, the shipping zip code. Sometimes shipping is taxable, sometimes it's not. When rates go up, you need to be able to account for it. WooCommerce does not offer this by default, and the taxable options are not very good as they are. But using something like TaxJar integrates via an API, makes it super simple. One click, all you do is you install the plugin, you copy the API key from the dashboard, and you're done. Literally, you can have it set up within 5 minutes or less.
Interesting.
And what it does is it'll calculate the taxes, so you're always collecting the right amount of tax based on the product that you're selling. If you're not required to pay taxes in that state, it won't charge the taxes. And then it also helps with the reporting.
So let's take a little use case here. It's interesting. I'm in the process of a quite complex custom build on WordPress. It's a B2B product, or many products, and I wonder if TaxJar might play well with a, let's say, super customized build as opposed to something more out of the box. Let's say there's multiple vendors and shipping comes from a couple different locations to a number of different, all over the country. I understand, for example, just in California, there's 50-something different tax rates depending on where the thing is going to. I'd be interested to know if TaxJar would be a good solution for this issue.
So TaxJar would sort of sit on top of the site. It purely is based on your shopping cart, so it would have no impact on what you do have. The only consideration would be if it's a B2B site, there's a pretty high chance that there would not be any taxes needing to be collected if the product's for resale. So
interesting. The client is very specific about these particular issues. So I can't speak to it intelligently at this time, but I'm interested to see if it may provide a solution to a rather complex issue.
If they need to collect sales tax, there's not an easier system out there at a more affordable rate. I mean, it's cheap.
We'll have to check that out right away.
All right.
Well, we talked about 5 of our must-have WordPress plugins specific for e-commerce. Again, going on the basis that you are a WooCommerce user. Sorry, that's my WhatsApp probably chiming out there. There we go. And I really enjoyed it. I hope that our viewers did as well. If you have any questions or comments, we're always available. Reach out to us. If there's something specific that you have questions about, Michael and I are happy to answer those specifically. And as usual, Mike, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Until next time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Bye.